President Trump has done in going his spreading of racism, the way he deals with people based on the color of their skin, their national origin, where they're from, is absolutely sickening. No sitting president has ever done this. Never, never, never. No Republican president has done this. No Democratic president. We have racists, and they've existed. They've tried to get elected president. He's the first one that has. And the way he pits people against one another is all designed to divide the country, divide people, not put them together.
If Haiti, a god-awful thing to say, if Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. No, I really mean, but think how we think about it.
Lobbyists aren't bad people. Special interest groups are not bad people. But guess what? They're corrosive. People who accept the money from them aren't bad people, but it's human nature. You go out, Lynn, and bundle $250,000 for me, all legal, and then you call me after I'm elected and say, Joe, I'd like to come and talk to you about something. You didn't buy me, but it's human nature. You helped me. I'm going to say, sure, Lynn, come on in.
Now is the time to heed the timeless advice from Teddy Roosevelt. Speak softly and carry a big stick. End of quote. I promise you, the president has that big stick. I promise you. This election year, the choice is clear. One man stands ready to deliver change we desperately need. A man I'm proud to call my friend. A man who will be the next president of the United States, Barack America.
Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did, and back in those days, you sure how things had changed. One of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a baby cap. And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain, he folded up, he said, you walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm gonna wrap this chain around your head. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And those days used to remember the straight race. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty. And it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
The fact is that what happens now is that we, in fact, have to fundamentally change the culture of how women are treated. No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman in anger other than in self-defense, and that's rarely ever occurs. And so we have to just change the culture, period, and keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it. That saved billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions of $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-point-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air.
Tackle the number one job facing the middle class, and it happens to be, as Barack says, a three-letter word: jobs. J-O-B-S.
The younger generation now tells me how tough things are. Give me a break. We can speak out and be more straightforward. I'm not going to be a mule. I got something to do. I got to go do boom, boom, boom.
Hillary Clinton is as qualified or more qualified than I am to be Vice President of the United States of America. Let's get that straight. And quite frankly, it might have been a better pick than me.
I went to the big guys for the money. I was ready to prostitute myself and the men in which I talked about it. But what happened was they said, come back when you're 40, son.
Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night.
Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion, $1.4 trillion. Out of $1.4 billion, $1.4 billion. It's hard to even say it so much. start going nuts.
Let him go. Let him go. Look, the reason I'm running is because I've been around a long time and I know more than most people know. And I can get things done. That's why I'm running. And you want to check my shape line, let's do push-ups together, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do. Damn liar, man. That's not true.
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect, and I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
And by the way, it's cost a lot of money. It cost about $740 billion over 10 years.
Will you ever run for political office again?
No. I know I'm called middle-class Joe. It's not meant as a compliment. Means I'm not sophisticated. We choose unity over division. We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over fact.
Senator Biden, words have in the past gotten you in trouble. Words that were borrowed and words that some found hateful. An editorial in the Los Angeles Times said, in addition to his uncontrolled verbosity, Biden is a gaffe machine. Can you reassure your voters in this country that you would have the discipline you would need on the world stage, Senator?
Yes. My name is Joe Biden, and I love ice cream. What President Trump has done in going his spreading of racism, the way he deals with color of their skin, their national origin, where they're from, is absolutely sickening. No sitting president has ever done this. Never, never, never. No Republican president has done this. No Democratic president. We've had racists, and they've existed, they've tried to get elected president. He's the first one that has. And the way he pits people against one another is all designed to divide the country, divide people, not put them together.
If Haiti, a god-awful thing to say, if Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot.
Have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids. No, I really mean it, but think how we think about it.
Lobbyists aren't bad people. Special interest groups are not bad people. But guess what? They're corrosive. People who accept money from them aren't bad people. But it's human nature. You go out, Lynn, and bundle $250,000 for me, all legal, and then you call me after I'm elected and say, Joe, I'd like to come and talk to you about something. You didn't buy me, but it's human nature. You helped me. I'm going to say, sure, Lynn, come on in.
Hello. Sorry for the delay. I'm back. How are we all doing? McGhosterson, thank you. Oh shoot, I did not open. I'm not ready. I'm washed. I'm not ready for stream. Where's my subscriber window? Who else subscribed? Oh, that's it. Okay, perfect. We're back. Oop. Sorry for the delay. I was having, I guess, kind of like lunch slash breakfast. Joe Boo returns to sad and shame. Yeah. I was having lunch slash breakfast, which was like this really good stir fry I made. Not to flex. I think is thank you. And then I guess that is brunch. Yeah, that's what they call it. If only there was some word that can find breakfast and lunch. Leckfest. That's it. I had Leckfest. I was not out to brunch. White woman card revoked. See, that's the thing though, is I do fucking love brunch. like going to some like like restaurant that specializes in like like 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and just like being a little scandalous, having like a drink, reading like a book. It's goated. I actually do. The thing about being a white woman is that it rocks. Unfortunately, it does rock. Like doing all the annoying white woman things. Minus, like I'm not like evil. Yeah, having a mimosa, it's sick. It's really, honestly, it's sick. I don't, to be clear, I'm not like a carrot. Like, that's the one I don't do. If you're anywhere brunch, is that a Biden count? Maybe. Yeah, I guess I forgot to reset this as well. Yeah, no, I would never be a Karen. The thought of making like a service worker uncomfortable makes me want to jump off a fucking bridge. Like I would never, there is no context. Like the the wait, you know, like waitress or whatever could like shoot me in the chest, so I'd be like, maybe that was my fault. Like I'm not gonna bring that up when the bill is happening, because like I want to be polite. And you know, I guess I was gonna say thankfully, but not thankfully, because it's bad. Like the structure of like American/Canadian service economy is you don't actually, here's the thing, you don't actually ever need to complain. And if you do, if you are like, hey, sorry, you know, I asked for this or whatever, you can be as polite as possible, and it does not. Oh, that's I forgot to put up my green screen. You can be as polite as possible, and they will still do it for you because of like the evil structure of service economy tip stuff. I'm starting to think that the people who are Karens are just doing it for the love of the game, of just like, they're like, I want to be evil to someone. Hold on, I gotta set up. I have a green screen that like, it's very cool. It folds into under my bed. It's pretty sick. Anyway, I was having breakfast/lunch. No, but it's not brunch though. It's different. Brunch is like something else. Do you know what I mean? It's like a specific thing. This was just like I had breakfast. Or I just like, the first meal of my day was lunch at like 11:30. It wasn't like, I wasn't having like a mimosa and like, you know, like a fancy little like savory crepe or something. Because it wasn't a breakfast really. Like I had like a proper, brunch is very deliberate. Shouldn't come up through, no, it is different. That's why I forgot it, is because it is actually different. But I had a stir fry, and then I also had broccoli, but I just completely dropped the bowl of broccoli on the the floor of my kitchen, so I did not have broccoli, unfortunately. That's why I was late, I think. Yeah, because I had to clean it up. I had to Swiffer it up, and then, oh well. Floor broccoli is girl lunch. Exactly. I fucked it up, folks. I fucked it up. Oh yes, you always forget, like, we've such a consumer society. You forget that like Kleenex is like a brand name. Oh yeah, and then I like, my jaw really hurts because when I did it, I like bit down on my jaw. So now that's just a thing for the whole day. My day is going great, folks. What would you generically call a Swiffer? I don't know. A squirt mop? Yeah, see, it doesn't quite. You think one of the guys, when they were like trying to come up with the name for Swiffer in that meeting, was like, we should call it a squirt mop. And it's like, shut the fuck up, John. You bite down. Well, I bit down really hard, and it hurt. You dropped the salsa. Yes, I did. Did I tell you all about that? Did I tell you all I went to that restaurant recently? The one where I ordered 2 drinks by myself and then spilt the dipping sauce just like all over my pants, and it looked like I peed my pants. I went there again, and the lady who's the waitress for me like immediately saw me and just like smiled and was like, hey. which is so funny. I just realized like I like can't feel humiliation. I went back. I don't give a fuck. It's a great place. I went back like less than a week later, and she was like, I went back. You can't go back. Well, I did. How about this? I did go back, and it was delicious, and because I like going to that place. I like it wasn't salsa. No, it was like this like beef dipping sauce. It was salsa coated, I guess, a little bit. Yeah, I didn't care at all. I thought it was hilarious. Actually, it's extra funny because I ordered the same drink that I had before, and she made some joke. She was like she immediately started laughing when I said the drink, and then she was like, "Oh, we're gonna go crazy again today or something." I was like, "No, just one for me." Which I think to some people would be horrifying, but I think it's very funny. I used to not be like this. I don't know what happened, but I just like don't care. It's really like a wonderful way of living your life is that like no one cares, and like when they do, it's just funny. They think you're insane. Tip them. I gave them a great tip. I didn't care. That lady is hilarious. I love her. Never set foot in again. You know what? Probably go back this week. It's a great place. I really like that restaurant. It's the you're right. It is the internet exposure, because like nothing. Yeah, no, absolutely. I just had, there was there like at least 10,000 people being like, "You're a federal officer," like 2 weeks ago. I feel like at that point it doesn't matter. At that point, the restaurant thing doesn't matter. It's just funny. Oh, something stuck in my teeth. I'm probably known as the piss pants. Well, no, they know I didn't piss my pants. That lady understands that I just like spilt the entire dip because she got me a new dipping sauce. She was like, "Oh, I told her the situation, and she was like, there are still people calling that guy a groper, a groper, a groper. In my mentions, actually, they were like, "Aren't you the lady who thought that he wasn't a groper?" And I'm like, "Yep, that's me." Starving Anthro, thank you. Is that a Biden count? I guess it is. I'm very discombobulated. The one thing about having a streaming schedule as opposed to just like going live when I feel like it is that it's like I woke up at like 11. Like it's 12:40 right now. I woke up at 11 and then I went on a run and then I ate food. And I'm still like insane article. Oh, is it the Star Wars one? Oh yeah, we have to read this at some point. Thank you. She grew griping my Charlie Kirk. I saw a really funny image on 4chan. Also, I would like to apologize for anyone who follows me on Instagram. Because someone was telling me, like, sometimes Nick Fuentes will come up on my feed and it'll be, like, liked by Liv Agar. It's like, sorry. I am doing research, and this is how I tell my algorithm to give me this more. I would like to apologize. Yeah, what was I looking for? I was, oh, it was a Tyler Robinson related image. Yeah, no, I was worried. This is so, I like this. I think he was saying this when he was doing it, and he's right. Actually, I think he was right. Yeah. What other posts did I see on the internet that I thought was fun, that were funny? This is like the, how much do I run? I just run for like 20 minutes in the morning. I don't keep track of it. It just makes me not, like, it makes me less of an insane person if I just exercise every day in the morning, and it gives me more energy. I'm not like a, I don't have the what is my 5K or whatever. Have I seen the new Why So Serious Labubu series? No. I'm not a cardio bunny. I'm a weight training. Look at that. No, I don't post. Strava is like, for me, like as a person who like has info security, like the idea of Strava is like horrifying. It's like, yeah, let me post. It's like a social media thing where it shows like where let me post my morning run every day. It's like they're developing incredible new things in like getting kidnapped technology. Like that's like the thing that the guy in like NCIS, like those shows does before like the evil terrorists like kidnap him. The U.S. military is re-examining security policies after fitness tracker data shared on social media revealed bases and patrol. Like, yeah, I mean, there you go. Of course. Absolutely, yeah. That's not a surprise to me. What other? There's some cool Twitter posts I saw on the internet recently. I like this one. Started Christianity and weightlifting, starting NoFap in one and a half, starting, fuck. In half a month. Wish me luck, boys. My brain's not working. I love the idea of saying, like, I'm gonna stop jerking off in 15 days. I think that's a really cool concept. I like my opinion on that. Why wait half a month? Because he doesn't want to stop jerking off yet. It's like the guy, I mean, it's not quite this. It's like the guy who's like, this is my last drink. Yeah. This is my last week out, and then I promise I'm stopping. But then it's crazy because it's like, it's not like this is my last jerk. It's like, I'm going to get it out. Like the next 15 days, I'm fucking cranking it. Like I'm cranking it. But until then, until I actually quit, it's just every waking moment of my life. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's cooked. I would also say, like, I feel like, is this like an insane thing to say that, like, I feel like Christianity would make that harder? Is that weird? Is that like, I just don't understand. I don't understand the psyche of religious people, so maybe not. Because I feel like the second that it becomes like, I mean, I guess it already is like that for him. The second it becomes like profane, there's like an appeal to it. It's not like boring. Like the second you start like having to repress it, it's like, I feel like that would work so much worse. I don't know. I guess I couldn't tell you. I feel like all the guys who, and maybe this is like a selection mechanism thing, like all of the guys who are like addicted to porn are the ones who feel bad about it. Like guys who are like, well, it's not a big deal. It's just like a stress relief or whatever. Like I believe that those guys could quit whenever they wanted to. They could just stop doing it because it's like not a big deal. But the second it becomes a thing where you're like, oh, I'm just such a sinner. It's like, then you're cooked. That's why you have like the sissy hypno guys who are like, this is ruining my life, but I can't stop doing it. It's like, it's hot because they think it's evil. It's why like the non-sexual stuff is like such a big thing. It's like it's a repression thing. Like surely this is gonna make it worse for you. I mean, you just cooked like you're not stopping this, bro. Let's be honest. Never thought of sissy. I mean, I think that's kind of the point for a lot of them. There's a lot of conspiracy guys who are like, I'm being corrupted by like the Jews who control porn to make me want to become like a sissy or whatever. And it's like it hits harder for them because they actually feel like the hypno stuff is legitimately hypnotizing them. Like they feel that. Yeah, it's more of a identity conflict thing. yeah, some incongruence between their morality, their moral values, and their actions, which is why it's not really an addiction. Like it is something that clearly does upset a lot of people. Like it isn't trivial, however much it feels trivial to me. Like it's not really an addiction. It's more just like, it's more just like, yeah, I like there's a reason why Christians are more likely to say they're addicted to porn. Forced fed by the Jews. That would be crazy. What else is going on the internet? Since I streamed last. Hold on. I bookmark stuff. Honestly, I'm kind of obsessed with these videos. I'm kind of obsessed with them. It is like a weird, like, hallucination. It does feel like this is like like this could happen in your dream. One of the other, the one with the Rock is so funny. The one with the Rock really kills me. No, it was, I remember Felix quote tweeted it. Yeah, thank you. This is a good tweet. If you're wondering, it's it's just so funny. This one is less sauced because they have to, like, you can tell that the prompt only lasts like this long and then they have to get a new prompt. So it's like less contiguous. If you're wondering why JD Vance has been so vague while discussing the kamikaze rock attack on the glass bridge, it's because the woman holding the rock is actually a registered Republican. Because, like, this is fine. This is, like, not especially bad water. Like, it just becomes such a weird... Trump saying, is this a thing where he's like, Putin said the N-word? Is it one of those? Yeah, classic.
Not like a little bit, and they were angry. And the next phase was probably, did you see
This is his favorite bit.
It was tit for tat, and it was getting deeper and more. I mean, more missiles. Everyone was stronger, to a point where the next one's going to be, you know what, the N-word. You know what the N-word is, right?
Nuclear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's like, yeah, everyone knows the bit, Donnie. Everyone knows the joke.
Thank you for the clarification.
He loves that bit so much. Nuclear. We know the bit you're doing, Donnie. What do you think would happen if Trump actually just said the N-word? Like, probably nothing, right? Yeah, I actually just don't think anything would happen at all. I think that would be like a 6-hour news cycle and then like another Republican. So what is there was a shooting at a Mormon church by like a right-wing guy who was mad about the fact that Mormons killed Charlie Kirk. Am I getting this story down correctly? Am I getting the story down correctly here? It was a get back. It was like, well, if you guys fucking... I think he would do soft... I think Donald Trump says, like, soft A regularly in public. Or not in public, in private. I think he uses the soft A. Suspect... Oh, he had a relationship with a Mormon woman. Is this like a Christian incel thing? Killing 4 people and injuring 8 in a shooting at the Mormon church in Michigan. Relationship that ended painfully with the Mormon woman in Utah. He was extremely religious and he felt pressure to join the church. The relationship ended painfully and Sandberg was in rough shape. So it's unrelated. He's just like... Yeah, I mean, it is... I did like the Will Menaker thing about it's not the years of like lead paint or it's the years of whatever. Local political candidate revealed he met Sanford while campaigning. He expressed prejudice towards the church. I mean, it is, yeah. I mean, this is just every single one of these events is some version of this guy. Like we had the like woke, you know, like bisexual chaser version a couple weeks ago. And like now we have like the right-wing version, which is, it's a weird, like, I mean, I guess the through line here is they're both like connected to some romantic grievance, and it's just a person who is like, well, fuck it, I hate my life, I guess I'm gonna go kill people to do politics. Oh, and then this guy was a former Marine, so it's like, okay, yeah. I mean, it's just very on the nose about the cause. Being a former Marine makes it very on the nose about the cause of this. Which is like, yeah, America is a fundamentally violent society. It glorifies violence in a way that like other liberal democracies actually don't. It was so interesting after the Luigi Mangione thing happened. I thought that like, well, surely there's going to be a copycat. And what I thought was like, they're going to get another CEO. But of course, no, that would be too politically like intelligible for American politics. It's not like, the thing that's copied isn't, oh God, this Hegseth stuff. The thing that's being copied isn't like, the attacking of CEOs specifically. It's just like shooting in general.
People who actually, and as history teaches us, the only people who actually deserve peace are those who are willing to wage war to defend it. That's why pacifism is so naive.
I mean, yeah, they're just fascists.
It ignores human nature and it ignores human history. Either you protect your people and your sovereignty, or you will be subservient to something or someone. It's a truth as old as time.
Hey, I'm trying not to be rude or anything similar. Are you a trans person? This is an unusual question to ask someone. Also, I mean, it's in my tags. Like, come on. Can we watch that speech? Yeah, sure. Hegseth speech. Yeah, I mean, he's just a fascist, which is, it's a good insight into how fascism happens. Is like, this is like one of the default ways that society in the world appears to Americans. Declares war on DEI in explosive speech. Fat troops, beards, and quotas are over. So it is like a no fats, no femmes situation.
Well, Mr. Chairman, the Joint Chiefs, generals, admirals, commanders, officers, senior enlisted, NCOs, enlisted, and every member of our American military, good morning. Good morning, and welcome to the War Department.
It's so fucking Reddit, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Because the era of the Department of Defense is over.
I think that change is good. They should be more overt about it. Because, like, why not?
See, the motto of my...
They haven't actually changed it, by the way. Like, you need, like, congressional approval to do that.
First platoon was those who long for peace.
Oh man, he's doing the like motivational speech.
Peace must prepare for war. This is of course not a new idea.
Sell me this war crime. He's just like going up to a random guy on the street.
The origin dates to the 4th century Rome and has been repeated.
Oh man, it's so fucking Reddit. This is the thing, like this is what fascism has always been. It's just like Reddit. No, you're right. He's doing Patton. You're right. Oh God.
By our first commander-in-chief, George Washington.
How blitzed do you think he is doing this? How fucking like
first leader of the War Department. It captures a simple yet profound truth. To ensure peace, we must prepare for war. From this moment forward, the only mission of the newly restored Department of War is this: war fighting, preparing for war and preparing to win, unrelenting and uncompromising in that pursuit.
He is like 100% like still like, is there actual confirmation he's still just like getting sloshed to go into work? Like, there's no way he gave up alcohol to do this. Like, he's like wobbling around.
Not because we want war. No
I guess
one
why
here
would he? Like, there's no
wants
reason
war.
to.
But it's because we love peace. We love peace for our fellow citizens. They deserve peace, and they rightfully expect us to deliver it. Our number one job,
Yes, no, the skateboard thing was awesome. Of course, he's drunk as fuck.
of course, is to be...
You can tell, like, can someone find that for me? You can tell that he didn't, like, really feel it as much as, like, he would have. You're telling me war is peace? Wow, I'm just hearing this now for the first time.
strong so that we can prevent war in the first place. The president talks about it all the time. It's called peace through strength. And as history teaches us, the only people who actually deserve peace are those who are willing to wage war to defend it. That's why pacifism is so...
You watch this forever. Why is he doing this?
naive and dangerous. It ignores human nature and it ignores human history. Either you protect your people and your sovereignty, or you will be subservient to something or someone. It's a truth as old as time. And since waging war is so costly in blood and treasure, we owe our republic a military that will win any war we choose, or any war that is thrust upon us. Should our enemies choose foolishly to challenge us, they will be crushed by the violence, precision, and ferocity of the War Department.
Ferocity is such a fascinating... I feel like that's like a new adjective to describe...
In other words...
American war. Like, it isn't usually branded as ferocious. It's branded as, like, kind of controlled and measured.
To our enemies, F-A-F-O.
Oh. Ugh. 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 It's the Reddit department. They made it into the Reddit department, dude.
Necessary, our troops can translate that for you. Another way to put it is...
He did pause for applause, and they were like, ugh.
Peace through strength.
The Department of Upvotes, yeah.
Brought to you by the warrior ethos. And
the warrior ethos. He wants it to... He wants, like... The way that, like, Himmler was talking about the SS is, like, what he wants for American...
Are restoring both. As President Trump has said, and he's right, we have the strongest, most powerful, most lethal, and most prepared military on the planet. That is true.
It's interesting, yeah. Again, I feel like a lot of American war branding is like... The idea is we have a technological superiority, right? It's like, oh, we're in the way, like... It's so much stronger than everyone else's. It's the truth, thank you. But for him, he wants it to be like we have a Spartan... attitude.
Full stop.
Like our warriors are just like so much more crazy and willing to die.
Nobody can touch us. It's not even close. This is true largely because of the historic investments that he made in his first term, and we will continue in this term. But it's also true because of the leaders in this room.
Viking.
And the incredible troops that you all lead. But the world, and as the chairman mentioned, our enemies get a vote. You feel it, I feel it. This is a moment of urgency, mounting urgency. Enemies gather, threats grow. There is no time for games. we must be prepared. If we're going to prevent and avoid war, we must prepare now. We are the strength part of peace through strength. And either we're ready to win or we
Peace through strength.
Are not.
Where do I...
You see, this urgent moment, of course, requires more troops, more munitions, more drones, more Patriots, more submarines, more B-21 bombers.
Oh, it's a Chamberlain thing.
It requires more innovation.
That is funny. Peace through strength probably originates with Neville Chamberlain from 36 to 39. And it's like then it's a Cold
War
War
AI
thing.
in everything and ahead of the curve. More cyber effects, more counter-UAS.
More AI, bro. Let's do it. We're gonna... America's gonna be the most AI'd military of all time.
Space,
in
more
all of
speed.
human history.
America is the strongest, but we need to get stronger and quickly. The time is now, and the cause is urgent. The moment requires restoring and refocusing our defense.
We need to have more, like, Elon Musk is going to design the new
Industrial
military
base, our
vehicles.
shipbuilding industry, and onshore.
They're all they won't have buttons anymore. They're all just going to have, like, a touchscreen that, like, really easily breaks and then just, like, bricks the whole fucking, the whole vehicle.
All critical components. It requires, as President Trump has done, getting our allies
The
and
cyber tank would be so awesome.
partners to step up.
Yeah, the cyber tank, and it's like it also uses those like pressed steel plates, so it's like not perfectly sealed properly.
And share the burden. America cannot do everything. The free world requires allies with real hard power, real military leadership, and real military capabilities. The War Department is tackling and prioritizing all of these things. And I'll be giving a speech next month that'll showcase the speed, innovation, and generational acquisition reforms we are undertaking urgently.
Actually, no, of course, the cyber tank would just explode just randomly. Like, it wouldn't... It's like the scene in Saving Private Ryan, you know, where Tom Hanks is, like, shooting a handgun at the tank that's about to hit him, and then it explodes because there's, like, it gets bombed by, like, an airplane, right? But instead with the cyber tank, he's shooting it with the handgun, and then it does just explode because of the handgun.
Likewise, the nature of the threats we face in our hemisphere and in deterring China is another speech for another day, coming soon. This speech today.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he does literally have the fucking I don't know if is that a hallmark of this type of speech, or is that also just a very like patent reference? Is the American flag right behind him?
As I drink my coffee.
No, coffee. As I drink my coffee.
This speech.
You got some Baileys in there.
Today is about people. And it's about culture.
Oh, he must love Baileys, dude. This is like Baileys is like made exactly for this specific type of guy.
The topic today is about the nature of ourselves. Because no plan, no program, no reform, no formation will ultimately succeed unless we have the right people and the right culture at the War Department. If I've learned one core lesson in my 8 months in this job, it's that personnel is policy. Personnel is policy. The best way to take care of troops is to give them good leaders committed to the warfighting culture of the department. Not perfect leaders, good leaders. Competent, qualified, professional, agile, aggressive, innovative, risk-taking.
These are such fucking killer adjectives. I love agile. We need agile leaders.
Apolitical. Faithful to their
Apolitical.
oath and to the Constitution. Eugene Sledge, in his World War II memoir, wrote, quote, "War is brutish, inglorious, and a terrible waste. Combat leaves an indelible mark on those who are forced to endure it. The only redeeming factors are my comrades' incredible bravery and their devotion to each other. In combat, there are thousands of variables, as I learned in Iraq and Afghanistan, and as so many of you did in so many more places. Leaders can only control about 3 of them. You control how well you're trained, mostly how well you're equipped, and the last variable is how well you lead. After that,
Bailey's and chocolate milk's like, yeah, when you're like 18 and you're like, I can drink it any time that I want. You're like, oh, Bailey's, this is epic. And then you're like, maybe I shouldn't be drinking. Yeah, maybe drinking it today was like not a good idea. Another thing you also realize when you're 18 years old.
you're on your own. Our warfighters are entitled to be led by the best and most capable leaders. That is who we need you all to be. Even then, in combat, even if you do everything right, you may still lose people because the enemy always gets a vote. We have a sacred duty to ensure that our warriors are led by the most capable and qualified combat leaders. This is one thing you and I can control. And we owe it to the force to deliver it. For too long, we have simply not done that. The military has been forced by foolish and reckless politicians to focus on the wrong things.
What are they focusing on?
In many ways,
wokeness?
this speech is about fixing decades of decay. Some of it obvious, some of it hidden.
I wonder
as
what
the chairman has put it, we are clearing out the debris, removing the distractions, clearing the way for leaders to be leaders.
Yeah, the combat leader thing is interesting because it does produce this image of the American military as like a Spartan hoplite. You know, it's like we have control in the world because we're like aggressive, we're agile, we're flexible, we're bendy, we're whatever strange adjectives he's deciding to use. When in reality, it's like, yeah, it is the world's most expensive military by far. It's not even close. There's just this like supreme technological advantage. There's just a big subsequent also big administrative bloat. Flexible, supple, pliant. Yeah, exactly.
You might say we're ending the war on warriors.
That's it. It's like we're not Spartan enough. We haven't locked in enough. Like we need to go back to like giving people methamphetamine before bringing them into war. Like in this context, it's like giving someone methamphetamine before they sit down every day to do their like office administrative job.
I heard someone wrote a book about that. For too long, we've promoted too many uniformed leaders for the wrong reasons. Based on their race, based on gender quotas, based on historic so-called firsts. We've pretended that combat arms and non-combat arms are the same thing. We've weeded out so-called toxic leaders under the guise of double-blind psychology assessments, promoting risk-averse.
Oh man. No, America's so cooked, man. We've weeded out so-called toxic leaders by making sure they're not insane people with mental disorder. Yeah, that's great. Sure, yeah, we need more sociopaths. We need like more genuine psychopaths in the military.
Go along to get along conformists instead. You name it.
Because even in like the American like black ops institutions, they really do try to weed out the actual like psychopaths, like the people who actually do genuinely gain joy from like killing and torturing people. They're like, it's not good. It's not good to have these here. It's not like, but no, Hegseth is like, no, we need fucking Patrick Batemans. We need the Patrick Batemans going into Niger.
The department did it. Foolish and reckless political leaders set the wrong compass heading, and we lost our way. We became the woke department.
The woke department.
But not anymore.
The woke
right now,
department.
I'm looking out at a sea of Americans who made a choice when they were young men and young women to do something most.
It's the woke department, but women can still serve. We still want women in the not woke department.
Most Americans will not. To serve something greater than yourself, to fight for God and country, for freedom and the Constitution. You made a choice to serve when others did not. And I commend
We'll get to that? Okay.
You are truly the best of America. But this does not mean, and this goes for all of us, that our path to this auditorium...
He's gonna do like some like Saddam speech style thing where he's like, you know, if you are you know, a black person, you know, step up and leave. If you are a female who is under 5'10", and they're just like all being let out.
This day was
smoking a cigar. Yeah, he's pulling like a bath party purge of the American leadership.
The of the formations we lead are where we want them to be. You love your country, and we love this uniform, which is why we must do better.
As an alcoholic, this school does not represent us. I am wondering, like, has there ever been good alcoholic representation? Like, is the you know, the other Alcoholics Anonymous, the one for alcoholics to represent their alcoholic interest groups?
We just have to be honest. We have to say with our
Grant, I guess that's a good one.
Mouths what we see with our
Don Draper, Hunter S. Thompson. I mean, maybe not that.
eyes.
Ernest
just
Hemingway.
Tell it like it is in plain English.
Yeltsin is alcoholic representation, actually.
To point out the obvious things right in front of us. That's what leaders must do. We cannot go another day without directly addressing the plank in our own eye.
People have that misogyny quote from Churchill. Is that the one where it's like,
addressing the problems in our own commands and in our own formations.
Misogyny doesn't work, but everything else works less. Whatever.
This administration has done a great deal from day one to remove the social justice, politically correct, and toxic
Yes, I'm thinking of the democracy quote.
ideological garbage that had infected our department, to rip out the politics.
So yeah, I mean, they are just doing like, they're doing the thing that those like pro-China posters like 5 years ago would do, where they're like, China doesn't have wokeness, it doesn't have DEI, which is funny because it does. It like legitimately, explicitly does have DEI. Like, just, yeah, that is how, like, there is actually a consideration for, in the Chinese military.
No more identity months, DEI.
You know, China doesn't have pronouns. That's why their military looks awesome.
offices.
Or the same with Russia. They do that about Russia too.
Dudes in dresses.
No.
No more climate change worship. No more
no more climate change worship.
Division, distraction, or gender delusions. No more debris. As I've said before, and will say again, we are done with that shit. I've made it my mission to uproot the
climate change worship is cool. Because that, like, they wrote that. They thought that that was the way of putting
obvious
that.
distractions that made us less capable and less lethal. That said, the War Department requires the next step. Underneath the woke garbage is a deeper problem, and a more important problem that we are fixing and fixing fast.
What is that one?
Common sense is back at the White House. So making the necessary changes is actually pretty straightforward. President Trump expects it. And the litmus test for these changes is pretty simple. Would I want my eldest son, who is 15 years old, eventually joining the types of formations that we are currently wielding?
No, it's too woke.
If in any way the answer to that is no, or even yes, but, then we're doing something wrong. Because
I actually personally would not want my son to join the American military, because I don't think that that would be good for him, because it's an evil institution.
Because my son is no more important than...
It's like a cult of violence, fundamentally. I mean, that is like Trumpism, I guess. Now, especially Trump too, is just a cult of violence. Like, the reason why the American military is good is because it is violent, and to be violent and to do violence is to be great and important. There is something very like pathetic about that. It's like, like 17-year-old boys will like push rocks down. I do have a son. What do you mean, do I have a son? Look at him. Look at my son right here, asking me if I have a son. You know, like 17-year-old kid will like just like throw like push rocks down a cliff. They'll like throw bikes, and it's just like to feel like they exist. I feel like there's a similar relation with violence for like fascists.
Any other American citizen who dons the cloth of our nation. He is no more important than your son. All precious souls made in the image and likeness of God.
Hey, Jordan, is it Canadian? Well, I am a Fed. I'm an American Fed, so I think I get the ability. I think I can get citizenship, presumably, if I'm a federal
Every parent
officer.
deserves to know that their son or their daughter that joins our ranks is entering exactly the kind of unit that the Secretary of War would want his son to join. Think of it as the golden rule test. Jesus said, do unto others that which you would have done unto yourself. It's the ultimate simplifying test of truth. The new War Department golden rule is
and the thing that you want to do is the thing you want done unto you is violence, I guess, and war.
Do unto your unit as you would have done unto your own child's unit. Would you want him serving with fat or unfit or undertrained troops?
This is such an insane metric. Do unto what you would want to have your child's unit.
People who can't meet basic standards?
Sure.
Or in a unit where standards were lowered so certain types of troops could make it in?
You wouldn't want your child's unit to be gay, would you? You wouldn't want it to be woke.
In a unit
what
where
are you talking about? What is
leaders
that?
were promoted for reasons other than merit, performance, and warfighting?
Like, I honestly wouldn't care all that much about...
The answer is not just no, it's hell no.
What would you want for your child's war unit? I would probably want it not to exist.
This means at the War Department, first and foremost, we must restore a ruthless, dispassionate, and common sense application of standards. I don't want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape, or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards
There
as
we
men.
go. We're doing this Saddam. It's the Ba'athist purge now.
Or troops who are not fully proficient on their assigned weapons,
We need our females to be as strong as our males.
platform, or task. Or under a leader who was the first, but not the best. Standards must be uniform, gender neutral, and high. If not, they're not standards. They're just suggestions.
What I don't understand is, apparently trans women are biologically the same as cisgender men. So, like, shouldn't they be able to serve?
Suggestions that get our sons
Like,
and
if it's easy as fuck for the
daughters killed. When it comes to combat arms units, and there are many different stripes across our joint force, the era of politically correct, overly sensitive, don't hurt anyone's feelings leadership ends.
I love the idea, the impression, that like in the modern day, like modern day Full Metal Jacket, the drill instructor is like a they them, and it's like if you gender them incorrectly, like if you say sir instead of zer, like you have to do like 100 push-ups.
Right now. At every level, either you can meet the standard, either you can do the job, either you are disciplined, fit, and trained, or you are out. And that's why today, at my direction, and this is the first of 10 Department of War directives that are arriving at your commands as we speak and in your inbox. Today, at my direction, each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only.
Plus, also, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can connect to your Twitch account and get a free subscription. You can use on me. It's much appreciated.
Because this job is life or death. standards must be met. And not just met, at every level, we should seek to exceed the standard, to push the envelope, to compete. It's common sense and core to who we are and what we do. It should be in our DNA. Today, at my direction, we are also adding a combat field test for combat arms units that must be executable in any environment at any time and with combat equipment. These tests, they'll look familiar. They'll resemble the Army Expert Physical Fitness Assessment.
Run 30 seconds. Okay, fine.
Push the envelope, to compete. It's common sense and core to who we are and what we do. It should be in our DNA. Today, at my direction, we are also adding a combat field test for combat arms units that must be executable in any environment at any time and with combat equipment. These tests, they'll look familiar. They'll resemble the Army Expert Physical Fitness Assessment or the Marine Corps Combat Fitness Test. I'm also directing that warfighters in combat jobs execute their service fitness test at a gender-neutral, age-normed male standard scored above.
Age? What does an age normed mean? Does that mean there's like wokeness but for old people?
70%. It all starts with physical fitness and appearance. If the
So they still have wokeness for old people? That's fucked up. It's so that 42-year-old, like, that's so awesome. That's so, what's the, like, in the same fucking sentence that you're like, whoa, these femoids can't have an unfair advantage. But, like, yeah, middle-aged, like, balding alcoholics should be able to, like...
Secretary of War can do regular, hard PT. So can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations or really any formation.
I'm 42, stop bullying me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Likewise, it's completely unacceptable.
I feel like my impression of my chat is that I'm like Unk, because you guys call me Unk so much that it's just, I assume I'm just talking to 20-year-olds.
At generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are. So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private.
Am I always firing shots at bald people? Do I body shame? Is that true? I feel like I don't remember ever mentioning.
Need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. And as the chairman said, yes, there is no PT test. But today, at my direction, every member of the Joint Force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year, as well as meet height and weight requirements twice a year.
I just know they're not going to bring in like an alcoholism requirement.
Every year of service.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense why height and weight would matter. Like they're like trying to do BMI stuff. What is a height requirement? Yeah, why would you... The BMI stuff is so insane because it just isn't like... There are multiple ways to carry weight, and also that doesn't necessarily reflect in athleticism.
Today, at my direction...
Got too short this year, I'm washed.
Every warrior across our joint force is required to do PT every duty day. Should be common sense. I mean, most units do that already. But we're codifying it. And we're not talking like hot yoga and stretching. Real hard PT.
We're not talking about hot yoga and stretching. That's awesome, man.
Or as an individual. At every level, from the Joint Chiefs to everyone in this...
This ain't your fucking grandma's military. It's like, okay, wow, really?
Private leaders set the standard. And so many of you do this already. Active, guard, and reserve. This also means grooming standards.
Not the grooming standards. That's insane.
Long hair, superficial individual expression. We're going to cut our...
I assume this is just like removing religious exemptions for stuff.
Hair, shave our beards, and adhere to standards.
We are going to give you a fucking manscaping device. Department of War is sponsored by the manscaped.com.
Because it's like the broken windows theory of policing. It's like when you let the small stuff go, the big stuff eventually...
It's like the broken windows theory of policing. I mean, it is that is correct in a certain sense.
Goes. So you have to address the small stuff.
That it is racist.
This is on duty, in the field, and in the rear.
It is the podcast
If you want a
admin.
beard, you can join Special Forces. If not, then shave. We don't have a
Why would special forces have beards? Could someone explain that to me?
military full of Nordic pagans.
So we don't, it's not full of Nordic pagans. I thought that Charlie Kirk was in Valhalla. Also, so funny, it's to blend in. It's so funny to give an example of like a religious group that doesn't exist anymore. To what they basically want to say is like, if you're like Sikh or whatever, like you don't belong here. Like this is a Christian military.
But unfortunately, we have had leaders who either refused to call BS and enforce standards, or leaders who felt like they were not allowed to enforce standards. Both are unacceptable. And that's why today, at my direction, the era of unprofessional appearance is over. No more beardos. The era of rampant and ridiculous shaving profiles is done. Simply put, if you do not meet the male-level physical standards for combat positions, cannot pass a PT test, or don't want to shave and
No more beardos. It is a no fats, no femmes administration.
look professional, it's time for a new position or a new profession.
It's just so funny that he's doing this while just like not giving up alcoholism. And, like everyone understands that this isn't serious, that this is like fake.
I sincerely appreciate the proactive efforts the secretaries have already taken in some of those areas, service secretaries. And these directives are intended to simply accelerate those efforts. On the topic of standards, allow me a few words to talk about toxic leaders. Upholding and demanding high standards
I'm
is
excited
not
for this.
toxic.
Uh-huh.
Enforcing high standards, not toxic leadership. Leading warfighters toward the goals of high, gender-neutral, and uncompromising standards in order to forge a cohesive, formidable, and lethal Department of War.
So they just want to go back to a Full Metal Jacket. Shit.
Is not toxic. It is our duty, consistent with
It's
our...
more vain than I expected. Yeah, it's very fascist. Like they're obsessed with the fascist aesthetic. And I think that like administering that image and maintaining that image is like the problem wasn't that we're like not image obsessed fascist weirdos. Like if you
constitutional oath
become obsessed with the aesthetic, then like you get a better arm. Hello. Is it back? That's so annoying. I don't know why that's happening. I had internet throughout that whole thing. I never did not have internet. I could see the chat fully. I could type in it. Did you see me? You can't hear? What? What? I'm not muted. I'm not muted. I have audio going.
The definition of toxic...
It's like I don't know. I don't know.